How did these flood happens completely by surprise and no one knew it was happening? There was no warning. That's fucking scary. Where does this just come from? It's not even raining. Here it's not raining. That's crazy. I shall take the tree down. Oh shit. Damn. What? Oh hell no. Hell no, I wouldn't even be standing there, bro. It's gonna rise up more. Get the yeah, that's what I said, bro. Oh hell no.
Good morning, and thank you so much for waking up with us here on Live Now from Fox. It's Monday, July 7th. I'm Jeannie Francine here with you for the next few hours to give you all of your breaking news alerts, top stories, and of course, your live events of the day. We continue with breaking news and priority coverage, which takes us out to the Lone Star State of Texas. I want you to take a look at the latest video
I thought Texas was chill.
Monday morning, courtesy of our content partners, also from locals in the area, sharing video from their backyard. Very compelling as we watch this together. Unfortunate news this morning. The number of dead across central Texas has now risen to at least 82, with multiple people still missing. This after catastrophic flooding decimated several communities in the early morning hours on July 4th. Recovery and search efforts press on this morning as officials face questions over the effectiveness and speed of local alerts. We want to check in now with Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor. She joins us from Kerrville, Texas, with the very latest.
The number of people dead keeps rising across central Texas after flash floods tore through the region on Friday. At least 6 dozen people are dead as officials vow to keep searching for the missing.
We had no idea that it would ever get this bad.
The reality of the devastation is still sinking in for many flood victims across central Texas.
Holy shit.
Intense rain early Friday caused
Yo,
levels
look
on
at
the
that truck
Guadalupe
is crazy.
River to quickly rise by about 26 feet in some spots, triggering widespread destruction across several counties outside San Antonio. Kerr County has suffered some of the most intense losses. It's home to Camp Mystic, an all-girls Christian summer camp where several campers are still unaccounted for. Survivors recount braving intense conditions to get to safety.
We guided our girls hand in hand to these military trucks.
It was nothing short of horrific to see what those young children went through. And we will remain 100% dedicated, searching for every single one of them.
Helicopters, divers, and more keep combing through disaster sites for any victims, as local officials face questions about their alert systems.
There's going to be
That's what I'm saying.
Of this, so we can make sure that we focus on future preparedness.
Meanwhile, additional rainfall in the area is expected through Tuesday.
The ground is already saturated, so any rain that falls can be perceived as life-threatening rain.
President Donald Trump has signed a major disaster declaration for Kerr County. He said he'll likely visit on Friday. In Kerrville, Texas, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
All right, Rebecca, thank you so much for that detailed report. 1 minute shy from the top of the 6 o'clock hour, and I want to give you that live look, as many of us might have family and loved ones in this area. Of course, the sun not up just yet, but want to let you all know we are monitoring the many cameras we are receiving here on Live Now from Fox this Monday morning. Our content partners across the Lone Star State are in compelling detailed coverage this morning. We want to kick things off with our content partners over at Fox 26 Houston.
The hour. Well,
Yeah, I don't hear any reason for how they were alerted, prepared for any of this. Yeah. Oh no, shit.
The victims of this tragedy range from young to old and include a family of 6 spanning multiple generations. We're learning more about the victims of the flood disaster and the survivors trying to come to terms with what they witnessed.
I had to swim through a window and then hold on to the meter box outside of the house.
28-year-old Christian Fell says he stood on the electric meter box outside his home for nearly 3 hours to stay alive. 27-year-old Julian Ryan died heroically, saving his kids by placing them on a floating mattress. Beloved high school teacher Jeff Wilson, who taught auto body repair, also lost his life in the flood. His wife and son are missing.
He was able to build relationships with kids, maybe kids that didn't fit the traditional classroom model.
And at Camp Mystic, where more than 24 campers were swept away in the night, at least 11 are confirmed dead. Among them, Janie Hunt, the 9-year-old cousin of Kansas City Chiefs owner Clark Hunt. His wife announcing Janie's death, saying, "If your heart is broken, I assure you God is near." 18-year-old camp counselor Chloe Childress is being remembered for her work with senior citizens. The head of her high school saying, "Chloe made space for others to feel safe, valued, and brave." Those who knew Camp Mystic's owner, Dick Eastland, say he died heroically, trying to rescue campers. His grandson writing, "If he wasn't going to die of natural causes, this was the only other way, saving the girls that he so loved and cared for."
He was, a man that made everyone feel safe and seen. He was just an extremely selfless person, and he showed that until the very end.
On Friday, hundreds of girls able to evacuate from Camp Mystic sang songs through their tears as they rode a bus through the devastation. The NFL and singer Shakira are among those already donating to the flood relief effort. If you want to help, donations can be made to the Kirk County Flood Relief Fund or to the World Central Kitchen.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. They're standing there with their cars, bro. As soon as I saw that shit, I said, nope. The fuck out of here. We're going back the way we came. Getting the fuck out of here. Yeah, they're standing there. Backing out. They're backing up. Wait, maybe we should get in our cars and go? Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, wait, let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, hell no.
Thank you so much for joining us for this continuing coverage of the catastrophic July 4th weekend flooding that happened over at the Texas Hill Country. Unfortunately, we do have some numbers where 82 deaths have been confirmed. We do know 48 of those
what
are
caused
adults
all this?
and 27 are children. And still at this
Like,
hour, there are
if there
dozens
was
of people
serious
that
raining,
remain
people would
missing.
know.
Search and recovery efforts do continue. And we do want to begin with meteorologist Ramisha Shade, because sadly I know that there's more rain as well on the way. And Ramisha, you were here all weekend long, so you were really here from the beginning, just guiding us through what we could expect in that region, also here when it comes to that rainfall.
That's right. Days later, I'm still thinking, how is this possible? It's kind of unimaginable, unbelievable. You know, when flash flood warnings, flash flood emergency warnings are issued, that yes, there's the risk of life-threatening flooding, but you never imagine that it's going to lead to so many lives lost. So it's just been a horrific situation. And unfortunately, like you just said, some of the same areas getting hit by heavy rain and flash flooding. over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and
Heavy
even
rain,
today,
and
still
they
flash
didn't
flood warnings going
listen
on
to the
north and
warning.
northwest
Shit.
of the
That's
Kerrville
crazy.
area.